Hello, I'm Raisa Chantami of the Indonesia channel at the ASEAN Secretariat in Jakarta. Welcome to ASEAN Today, your weekly look at the dynamic Southeast Asia region. Earthquakes continued to rock an Indonesian island, keeping residents on high alert. A 6.3 magnitude earthquake shook the island of Lombok near Bali on August 19th, sending people running into the streets. That's because just 2 weeks earlier, a bigger earthquake killed more than 460 people there. The 6.9 magnitude tremor on August 5th destroyed tens of thousands of homes, mosques, and businesses across Lombok. Indonesia as a whole is prone to earthquakes situated along the so-called Pacific Ring of Fire. In 2004, a tsunami triggered by a magnitude 9.3 undersea earthquake off the coast of Sumatra killed 220,000 people in countries around the Indian Ocean. Malaysia's past prime minister says he's not guilty in a massive corruption case that drove him from office. Najib Razak is facing charges of criminal breach of trust, abuse of power, and money laundering, all linked to a $10.3 million deposit into his personal bank account. A Malaysian court on August 10th set the trial date for the graft case to February next year. Razak has pleaded not guilty to all charges. The trial will decide whether Razak will become the first retired Malaysian leader behind bars. He faces at least 50 years in prison and large fines. The cause of the disappearance of flight MH370 may never be found. That's basically what investigators said in a report released in late July. The lead investigator said their findings had failed to determine with any certainty the reason that the aircraft diverted from its filed flight plan. Missing evidence includes information from the flight data recorder, the cockpit voice recorder, and other recording devices on the aircraft that could indicate why it changed course to over the southern Indian Ocean. The report was the result of cooperation between 8 countries. The Malaysia Airlines jet carried 239 people when it disappeared on March 8, 2014, going to Beijing from Kuala Lumpur. A massive influx of Chinese investment greatly boosted Indonesia's e-commerce sector and gave some local brands the opportunity to stand out. Brian Carnojan is just one of the millions of merchants who are making a living on Tokopedia, Indonesia's largest e-commerce platform. As the owner of an online furniture store, he said the platform made business much easier for young entrepreneurs like him.
With the help of this marketplace, young companies are able to reach a wider audience. Many websites now offer special features where customers can shop only local products. Big companies are now giving the opportunity for local companies to shine and diverting the nation's attention to buying local products rather than imported products from abroad.
More than 50% of the international capital inflow into Indonesia's e-commerce industry is coming from China. Companies such as Alibaba and Tencent, as well as Chinese venture capital firms, are pouring their money into this fast-growing industry. In 2017, Alibaba led a $1.1 billion investment in Tokopedia, further accelerating the company's expansion into Southeast Asia. China has been undergoing an industrial upgrade in an effort to transform its growth model from an investment-driven to innovation-driven. Indonesia's leaders say companies should take advantage of the opportunity.
I believe China is very well positioned to play an important role in what they call Industrial Revolution 4.0, right? Because China is where so many of the world's factories are located. So I think the fourth industrial revolution has to run through China. I think the way that impacts countries like Indonesia is that we have to be very attuned to these new technologies, right? And how these new technologies will shift the dynamic and the areas where we can contribute.
As manual labor is gradually being replaced by robots and artificial intelligence systems, the technology outlook continues to encourage entrepreneurs.
I see that the trend is getting better and is helping to grow the e-commerce industry here in Indonesia.
Indonesia's Tokopedia earns nearly $11.6 million from the 40 million products they sell annually. More ASEAN Today is coming up shortly. The start of Asia's Olympics in 2 Indonesian cities. That's ahead. You're watching ASEAN Today. I'm Raisa Chantami in Jakarta. The torch was lit in Indonesia's capital on August 18th for the 2018 Asian Games. More than 11,000 athletes from 45 countries competed to win medals in the 18th edition of the Games. Here are some of the sights and sounds of Asia's version of the Olympics.
Dengan mengucap Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, Asian Games ke-18 tahun 2018 saya nyatakan dibuka.
I'm so proud of them because Indonesia is chosen to host Asian Games again after 56 years. It feels great because I'm be a part of history at here.
Aku bahagia, hidup sejahtera di khatulistiwa, alam berseri-seri, bunga beraneka, negeri beramai-ramai, bertajuk cahaya jingga, surya di cakrawala.
The momentum is pretty beautiful because we can see the spirit of the audience is really high because yesterday is our Independence Day and today is the grand opening, so I guess we can feel the atmosphere here.
Events are held both in Jakarta and Palembang. Indonesia previously hosted the Asian Games in 1962. Coming up shortly in ASEAN Today, the miracle rescue in Thailand going Hollywood. This is ASEAN Today, coming to you from Jakarta, home of the ASEAN Secretariat. A real-life rescue drama that played out for weeks in Thailand is now heading to Hollywood. ASEAN Today's Fawzul Azim reports.
12 boys and their soccer coach planned for a quick cave excursion after practice, when a rainy season downpour flooded the entry tunnel. The World Watch, as all 12 boys and their 25-year-old coach were brought to safety over the course of a 3-day rescue, organized by Thai Navy SEALs and an international team of diving and cave experts. Now, at least 2 production companies are vying for the movie rights from Thailand's government, the rescuers and the survivors. Pureflix Entertainment was the first to make its pitch. The CEO of the faith-based company was in Thailand during the rescue operation and posted his intentions on Twitter. Also in the mix is Chinese-American director John Chu and Ivanhoe Pictures. Chu posted an impassioned tweet about the need to make a movie that's accurate on all fronts. He wrote, "I refuse to let Hollywood whitewash out the Thai cave rescue story. No way, not on our watch. That won't happen or we'll give them hell. There is a beautiful story about human beings saving other human beings. So anyone thinking about the story better approach it right." A film critic for the public radio station KPCC isn't surprised by Hollywood's enthusiasm.
This certainly has all of the elements that you would think that would make an excellent Hollywood feature. Most important element that it has is that they save all the kids. And that's a thing that audiences love to see when they go see these movies.
The award-winning producer and chairman of Phoenix Pictures, Mike Medavoy, has credits that includes Apocalypse Now and Silence of the Lambs. He also produced The 33, the true story of Chilean miners who were trapped underground for 69 days. Medavoy says the key to a good survival movie is drama.
How do you keep the tension going? Because you know what the result is, right? So how to keep that tension, how to get to know the people that are down there, how to get to know the people that went after them. You've got, I would say, 95 minutes to tell the story, so you better get it right.
There are no details yet as to when the films about the Thailand cave rescue will be coming out, but industry experts say the sooner the better. The Discovery Channel also didn't waste any time. It fast-tracked a documentary that aired just days after the rescue ended. Moreover, there will likely be books coming out with different perspectives on the incredible survivors and the heroes who saved them. Fawzul Azim for ASEAN Today.
Here are several events on the ASEAN calendar. The Singapore Grand Prix will run from September 7th to the 16th in the Lion City. The Pitsanulok Boat Racing Festival will be held on September 15th and 16th in Thailand. And Korean boy band B2B will be live in Jakarta on September 21st in the Casablanca. The Indonesian cities of Jakarta and Palembang went through immense changes to co-host the 2018 Asian Games with renovated infrastructure and aesthetic touches. ASEAN Today's Wendy Widiantini has that story.
The Gelora Bung Karno Sports Complex in Jakarta served as the main venue for the 2018 Asian Games after 2 years of renovation. In Palembang, on the neighboring island of Sumatra, 2 new residential complexes were built, raising the total number of athlete quarters there to 10. They housed 3,100 athletes and delegates. And the city's first light rail transit line was specially designed for this competition, now in operation.
Adalah sebagai objek wisata, mengenalkan bahwa Palembang ini punya budaya, yaitu dengan songketnya, dengan kerajinan-kerajinan kayak tenunnya, jumputannya, itu yang perlu dipublikasi ke masyarakat luas.
Besides improving facilities, Jakarta also enacted measures to ease traffic and guarantee security for the games. The government implemented an odd-even license plate system to reduce daily jams. Officials said traffic was reduced by as much as 40%. 70 primary and middle schools located between the Central Athletes Village and venues got temporary holidays during the 17-day event. All measures were designed to get everyone where they wanted to go on time.
Kalau menurut kita berdua sih, Jakarta udah siap banget buat menyambut Asian Games ini, buat jadi tuan rumah di Asian Games 2018 yang ke-18 ini. Karena jalanan juga sekarang udah lancar banget, udah nggak macet ya. Akses transportasi juga gampang, kemana-mana juga gampang. Ganjil genap buat kita sendiri yang pakai transportasi umum menguntungkan banget soalnya jadi lancar dan waktu tempuhnya juga lebih cepat jadinya.
Working with the Indonesian Army, National Police deployed 100,000 security personnel to Jakarta, Palembang, and West Java.
Untuk pengamanan di sini sudah disetting sedemikian rupa, ya dari penonton yang masuk itu nanti sudah ada melalui pemeriksaan sekdor, X-ray maupun melalui metal detektor, baik itu dari VVIP-nya maupun dari penonton. Nah, kemudian nanti kalau memang ada gangguan-gangguan, nanti dari tim Jihanda atau dari Jibom itu akan turun membantu untuk pengecekan lokasi.
The games run through September 2nd. Left behind will be needed infrastructure that got a kickstart for this Pan-Asian competition. Wendy Widiantini for ASEAN Today.
We like hearing from you throughout the ASEAN region and the world. All of our episodes are posted on YouTube, so check us out there if you can't find us on your local TV channel. Then let us know what you're thinking about or what you want to see on the program. Email us at aseantodaytv@gmail.com, post something on our Facebook page, or tweet us at ASEANTodayTV. One more event in Indonesia didn't make the Asian Games, but it did make the Guinness Book of World Record. 65,000 people lined up to do the traditional poco-poco dance on August 8th in Jakarta. Even President Joko Widodo and First Lady Iriana got in on the fun. The massive effort was recognized by a Guinness representative on the spot. And that's ASEAN Today for this week. I'm Bryce Hutchintami of the Indonesia channel in Jakarta. Terima kasih. Please join us again next time.